Hey surveys and welcome back to K-Popsicles. I'm Paige.
I'm Kate.
And welcome back to Who's Your Bias? Episode 2. So this is our brand new segment, guys. We're filming it. If you haven't seen our very first episode, it'll be up on our channel. You should go check it out. It'll be under. We'll have a whole playlist for it. But episode 1, we covered BTS, and now we're heading into the next group on our list, BLACKPINK.
Yeah, so we're not going in like exact order on our list.
Yeah.
We're gonna alternate between boy group, girl group.
Yeah, but this way, like, for you guys, it won't be that big of a deal, but for us, we have an actual list written out of all of our stuff, but we wanted to alternate and really highlight each of the groups that we love. We'll obviously get to all of them at some point, but yeah, we just thought it'd be better this way. That way we're not just doing boy group all the time. There will be fewer girl groups, just a heads up for right now, just because I'm not super into the girl groups, but we may also have, like, one day do, like, just Kate's bias, yeah, just have a day for just Kate's bias or just Paige bias and just do something like that. But for right now, since we have many of the same groups that we like together, we're doing it this way. So yes, heading into the episode 2 of Who's Your Bias. This is the BLACKPINK episode, and we're super excited to hop into this one. So, yay! BLACKPINK. I remember when YG started dropping the teasers for them and, like, we have a new girl group coming.
I was so hyped for them.
I was really nervous because, like, the only other YG girl group I had ever heard of, and obviously I wasn't huge into YG at the time. I had known iKON and Big Bang, obviously, and a little bit of Winter, but not really in a Winter at that point. So I was, like, a little nervous going in, and all of a sudden, bam, and I was like, they have a new girl group. And then their debut song came, and I'm like, who are these girls? I love them. They had such a different kind of vibe to them than a lot of the girl groups I had seen and heard of before. Because you, as you know me, and if you guys have been on the channel long enough, you know I'm not a huge fan of the girl groups because they usually have that kind of cutesy vibe to them, really, that, like, super adorable, like, kind of vibe. And I'm like, I just didn't vibe with that. That's just not me. So when BLACKPINK came out of nowhere, it was like, bam, girl crush, like, killing the game. I'm like,
instant love.
I was like, who are they? I love them. I need to know more. So our biases for BLACKPINK. Day 1, she held my attention. But it wasn't until their second song that she really, like, cemented herself as the bias. But, like, day 1, it was always Lisa. She, like, had my attention. I was like, who is this girl? She's so badass. Like, even then, Boom Baya, I'm like, who are you? And then, boom, their second song came. I'm like, her. She's the bias. She has to be. Like, I'm like, she has all of my attention all the time. I absolutely love her. And then I find out not only she is, like, main rapper, she's main dancer, she's dance queen, you know, like, all this stuff. And
Maknae line.
Maknae line, I'm like, she fits the pattern. like it was just like that kind of, like, wow. And then over the years now, I've just fallen more and more in love with her. I'm like, she's literally a queen. I love her to death. So I love my Lisa. Your bias?
It's Jenny. So when I first got into BLACKPINK, my bias was actually Jisoo, just because I was obsessed with her voice and, like, how husky it was, and I'd never heard that in K-pop before. And then for some reason it just changed, and
just switched on you.
It just switched on me, and so Jenny just, like, stole me over with her vocals and her rap.
Yeah.
Because once again, she's the fucking ace of the group.
You and your aces, man.
She can dance, rap, and sing.
Yep. And she's freaking adorable too.
She is.
Wreckers are actually, Jenny is my wrecker. Is my main wrecker. Like I said, they all wreck me. She's been the wrecker since the beginning, but there have been a few instances, especially lately, where Jisoo has been getting me a lot, especially when they dropped their album. I was like, okay, Jisoo, I see you. Like, hi.
See what you're doing.
Like, she really kind of came out of nowhere and, like, attacked me. And Rosé is always gorgeous. I always love Rosé so much. She always attacks me, but Jenny has always stayed that kind of, like, main wrecker for me. And I think that just goes along with the whole rapper kind of, that, like, really chic kind of dark vibe with her. Even though she's super cutesy, like she always has like this like that dark charisma about her that always has like held my attention. Um and it's really funny to me how like they have these like dark kind of like badass female like personas, and then like off screen they're the cutest tiniest little things ever, and I'm like, they're adorable. I love them. Your main wrecker or your wrecker?
It's Jisoo.
Jisoo, of course.
After she left my bias spot, she took over my wrecker's spot.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because I think before my wrecker was probably Jenny or Rose, but no, it's just Jisoo.
Yeah, I can see why, and like I said, that's happened to me a few times where it's like if a bias or like a wrecker gets knocked out of one spot and then somebody else moves up that we're like right behind them. I'm like, makes sense.
They just stay there.
Yep. Like I said, we love these girls so much. Oh my god, they pretty much every single song of theirs. I think there's only one song that I really am not a huge fan of.
Ice Cream.
Well, besides that one, yeah, we ignore that one exists. I ignore that one. No, it's one of their early ones. Stay.
The
that
ballad one.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that one.
They have another kind of ballad one called Hope Not.
I think that one I actually have, like, I've heard almost every song except for that one, I think.
It was on the Kill This Love album.
Okay, yeah, I think that was like the one of the B-sides that I didn't check out. But yeah, other than that, I've literally heard 99% of their discography, and literally about 99% of their discography I love. So like I said, there's only a couple of songs that I'm just like, it's okay. And there's one song I ignore. But yeah, my favorite ever title track is Kill This Love.
Of course it is. I'm not even surprised.
You shouldn't be surprised at this point. Kill This Love is that song. I don't know, something about it is just big and blaring in your face, but also kind of dark in that aesthetic in a way, you know? And then, of course, you have the big bear trap, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah, they're dancing on a literal bear trap.
And then, of course, their styling, too, especially when they're wearing the, like, Lara Croft kind of, like, Tomb Raider outfits. I'm like, yes. And then at the end, where they're, like, with the marching band, I'm like...
That marching band scene remains iconic.
It's so iconic. I love that song. I love,
too, when they're, like, standing there. They go into the first chorus, and then they, like, blow up that statue.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Oh, it's so badass. Love them so much. But yeah, no, Kill This Love is definitely that song of theirs for me. Like I said, I love 99% of their discography, so it was really hard to pick, like, number one. But the more I listen to all their songs, the more I always come back to Kill This Love, and I'm like, it's that song for me. That and the fact that I've heard several covers of the song, and the number one cover ever was from Road to Kingdom, with Hui from Pentagon, and you know, Pentagon and On and Off doing that mashup cover of it, and that made me fall in love with the song all over again, just because their rendition was so much darker and more eerie. But I'm like, they both work for the song, like the original and this new version, so I'm like, it just made me love the song even more. So yeah, that kind of really cemented it as like my favorite Blackpink song.
Mine, Playing with Fire. It's
Yep,
such a good song.
it is. Honestly, like, if Kill This Love wasn't that song for me, it would have been Playing with Fire.
Just that piano at the beginning, it gets you so hyped up. It's like, it's an acoustic piano, but it's just like, it somehow gets you hyped up.
It does.
And I love
the
the
dance
instrumentals
break.
too.
And the dance break too, part of it, where they're all...
How, like, it's a dance break at the end. You don't even really get, like, an ending verse. Just
No, it's
dance
just
break.
the music, yeah, the instrumental plus the dance break. Like,
I love it.
It's such a good song. That and the fact that,
if and Lisa, she gets, like, a really long rap in it too, and I love it.
Freaking love her. Also, if I'm not mistaken too, because this is back way before he was even announced, I'm pretty sure the guy in the music video was Lauren.
Oh, was it? That would have been awesome.
I mean, we never actually see his face, but he has long black hair. And then, like, later on, he's also in their Lovesick Girls music video. So I have a feeling that was probably him back as a trainee. Like, or, like, before he actually debuted and stuff, which is, like, really interesting. And I'm like, ooh.
I wonder if it's, like, been confirmed if it's him or if it's
I
someone
need
else.
to know. Let us know if that has been confirmed at all, because I would love to know. Because it looks like him from the back. So I need to know if that actually is him, because, like, they're on a motorcycle, you know, Jenny's got her arms around him. And
Lauren
then,
seems like the kind of person who would ride a motorcycle.
Yeah, he's got the leather jacket, the black hair, and then, like, later on with Rose with, like, the fate behind her, and she's hugging him. Like, everything about that music video is just so beautiful. So I completely understand why that would be
For some
your favorite.
reason, I really like the scenes where Jisoo is in the closet.
Yes.
Just like the light filtering through the slats in the
gorgeous.
door.
Like
it's
I said,
so pretty.
the lighting on that whole video was gorgeous. Like everything about it was shot so well done. Oh my god. Okay, now my favorite B-side. So you know me, I've had a love-hate relationship with their B-sides. And it's not necessarily them in particular. It's whenever
just
they
not
have
your style.
Yeah, and a lot of their features, I'm not a huge fan of their features. But my all-time favorite B-side of theirs is "Crazy Over You." You remember when we reacted to that? I was like losing my shit. I'm like, that's actually one of the songs that really got me with Jisoo. I was like, Jisoo!
That was Jisoo's era.
It's
right. He got a lot of lines in that song.
Right, and I was like, this is like the moment where I was like really like paying attention to Jisoo. I was like, okay, girl, I got you. I see it. Okay. That song is just so creepy, and I mean, if you guys know us at all, if you've been following us, you know how much we love that darker aesthetic, that kind of like creepy, eerie, horror movie-esque. Like, we love that stuff, and so this whole song kind of embodied that perfectly, and it really kind of gave me what I was looking for, and it was very different from their other stuff that they've done. So I was like, I am instant love with that song. Instant love.
Mine is Forever Young.
That's a good one.
It is. It's like one of their summer bops. This was on
definitely a summer bop, yeah.
This was on the D4 album.
Yeah.
Does that feel like saying doo-doo-doo-doo? I'll just say D4.
The D4, yeah.
D4. But honestly, too, if you look at their songs in order, it seems like they were telling a story. So they start off with doo-doo-doo-doo, that seemed kind of more like a self-positivity song.
Yeah.
But then they had Really right after, so if you really, really love me, let me know. And then Forever Young, which was like another love one. And then they had See You Later.
So yeah, it was kind of like,
which was like the
self-positive thing, yeah, like, and then like the really like Tell Me If You Love Me, and then like the love story would be Forever Young, and then
See
the
You
breakup,
Later, which is the breakup.
So yeah, it does make sense, yeah, which is interesting, because like I know a lot of groups do that, or like not even just groups, but a lot of artists, both in K-pop and out of K-pop, they do that when they put together an album. They kind of figure out what kind of story or vibe they want to go with. Like sometimes there's no story; they just have all songs that are kind of the same vibe. And then there's a lot of artists that we love that love to tell a story, and I like that because I'm like, it makes sense. It really does.
I think what makes Forever Young my favorite B-side is the switch up it does at the end, because they just go from normal chorus and then they just kind of like break it down.
Just
it's
like
completely different genre.
Right, you're like, what? Like, I did not expect
but
this.
It works.
Right, you're like, I don't know if I needed this or not, but I'm glad it's here. Yeah, no. I feel like Blackpink does something different than a lot of groups, and I think that's why either you love them or you hate them kind of thing. Yeah, they have like this different vibe to them, and I understand why like people, like a lot of people hate on them, but I also understand, like I said, I'm on the side of I love them, but I do understand like they're not for everybody. Like they have a very distinct sound, a very distinct vibe to the group themselves, and it definitely, I always say this about a lot of groups too, like you find a group like when you're meant to find them, and I feel like it's the same with them too. Like I said, it's not for everybody. You're gonna either love them or hate them, and you have to find them at the right time. If you find them at the wrong time, you're not gonna like them. You have to find them in that direct time and be like, okay.
See, Blackpink, they debuted on my birthday. Literally on my birthday.
Literally on her birthday.
On my birthday. So I like to think they were YG's gift to me.
Right. Like, here you go, Kate. Happy birthday to you.
Have a new girl group.
Just for you. Yeah, with them, I think what it was about them too was because I had always been like, I think I got off on the wrong foot with girl groups, like when I first got into K-pop, because like all I was really seeing were these cutesy kind of styles, and so that kind of made me shy away from the girl groups, and I was
not
like,
shy, not you.
Not shy, not But like it really made me like kind of standoffish towards them, and I'm like I really had this kind of like super biased perspective of the girl groups. I'm like they only do these cutesy styles. I'm not into that. Like and even when the boy groups did cutesy stuff, I was like I wasn't really a fan. But then like all of a sudden YG drops this girl group, and I was like. And the only girl group that I was really into was like 2NE1, and I'm like that was their senior, and I'm like, why don't we have a girl group like this? And then all of a sudden, bam, they dropped that, and I'm like, this is what I was looking for. Like, this is what I've been wanting.
Your whole life.
Right. Like, I was like, this is it. And I feel like that was the perfect timing for me to find it. Because, like I said, if I had found them before, and if it was like one of their B-sides or something like that I had found, I probably wouldn't be as into them as I am. But because I found them when I did, I was like, I love them. I love them so much. Like, their attitude, their style, everything about them. And I was like, they were different. Like they still had a very girly side to them, but like I said, it's that girl crush kind of super cute, but also sexy at the same time. Like it definitely fit that girl crush image, and I was like, this is what I was looking for. Like they're not super high pitched vocals. There's more rap into it. This is the group that I wanted, and I was so happy, and I've been a fan ever since.
And I'm trying to get you into more girl groups.
I know, like I said, I have branched out since then, obviously, on the channel, and, you know,
I've shown you one, like, girl crush one, which is CLC, but we haven't really reacted to them a whole lot. We should react to them more.
I feel like I've checked out more, like, variety show stuff with CLC than I have checked out their music. Like, which is really weird to me. But, yeah, I think, that's not true. I've checked out two, because you showed me one that got messed up, the Hobgoblin.
I showed you Helicopter.
Yes, we reacted to Helicopter, but Hobgoblin got messed up when we reacted to it, I believe. I think it was one of the ones that got like distorted or something like that, and we had to like scrap it. And I was so sad because I was like, this is a really interesting like song. Definitely not my favorite. Obviously, Helicopter was still my favorite, but it was interesting enough. But yeah, like I said, I have branched out so much more than I have in the past with girl groups in the last year and a half because of you.
Because of me.
Because of Kate. She's got me more into the girl groups. And I've definitely found quite a few, which for me is a lot. Like I said, quite a few would be like 5 or 6 that I'm like, I like. That's a lot for me for girl groups.
G-Idol.
G-Idol for sure. Dreamcatcher. I kind of got into them before you really showed me, but it wasn't until after you really I got into them more. Definitely, ITZY in a way. Not all their music is my favorite, but I do like ITZY a lot. Obviously Pixie,
Purple
Kiss. There's also female solo artists too that I probably would never have really gotten into without you. There's a couple on my own that I would have been a fan
IU.
of. Yeah. Like Jessie, that's my girl. Like I know her and stuff like that. But yeah, there's quite a few that I probably would not have branched out without Kate's help. So you can thank Kate for getting me into these groups.
You're welcome.
And just like that, I have gotten you into plenty of the boy groups too over the years. I'm like, you gotta check them out. And you're like, okay. And you're like, this is great. I'm like, I know, right? So yeah, that's it for this, I think. I don't really have anything else to say.
Me neither.
So that was episode 2, guys, of Who's Your Bias. Like I said, this will be an ongoing series. We will do a bunch of these, and they will be dropping at least once, possibly twice a week, depending. But generally, we're going to be trying to drop them on Fridays. So stay tuned to the next episode. Honestly, guys, thank you so much for your support. Like I said, we've been wanting to do this for a while, so we hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, let us know who's your bias, who's your wrecker, what's your favorite title track, what's your favorite B-sides. Let us all know down in the comments. We'll have a conversation on this. I'll also leave a link to our Patreon, Instagram, and our Twitter down below in the description box so you can more check us out. It really helps us out so much. Seriously, your support means absolute world to us. Welcome to all of our new surveys. You guys are seriously amazing. We love you, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.